Happy Saturday, everybody. Back now with Today Property Watch, and this morning we're going to take a closer look at the quiet achievers, you could say, of the Aussie housing market, Brisbane and Adelaide.
Domain property editor Alice Stoltz joins us now in Melbourne. Morning, Alice. We'll start with Brisbane. What's happening there?
Good morning, guys. Well, during the pandemic, Brisbane property prices have absolutely skyrocketed, and they're actually now outpacing growth compared to Sydney. You can see on the screen here, basically we're looking at the median house price in Sydney now is just over 1.4 million rather, and in Brisbane at the moment it's 805,000. Now the difference that Brisbane has made in the gain during that period, it's 176,000, whereas Sydney prices only increased 156,000. Now what's happening here is it was obviously a really undercooked market prior to COVID happening, but during that COVID boom, so many lifestyle buyers became not just retirees, but younger buyers moved to Queensland, and the demographic really shifted, and it's become this market that everybody wants a piece of now, whereas, again, originally it was sort of where grey nomads often went to, but it is just such an appealing part of the country for people to live in, and it's really changing as interstate migration is coming. Melbourne and Sydney buyers entering that market are kind of bringing a new level of sophistication with them, I suppose, when they move to Queensland, and that is again continuing to attract a really deeper pool of buyers to the Brisbane market. And I actually don't think Brisbane prices are going to come off much in the years to come, purely because compared to Melbourne and Sydney, it really is such an affordable place.
Is the same thing, Alice, happening in Adelaide, or something different in terms of the phenomenon there?
The phenomenon in Adelaide is another level. You can see it on the screen now, we've got 5 areas in particular, and some of them have experienced nearly 80% growth over the past 5 years. Now, often people there will say that Adelaide, this was the boom they had to have because, you know, since 2008, they had not a price rise for 15 years. So it is still an incredibly affordable market, and we definitely saw during COVID that so many people moved there thinking, I could commute to Melbourne potentially, or even from Perth, getting that little bit closer to the east coast of Australia. It became really desirable. But the other encouraging thing is Adelaide is that the government did actually unlock a lot of land there, which has resulted in that price growth that we've seen there. But again, I don't think it's at an alarming rate that, you know, that people are worried about compared to what's happening in the rest of the country. And you can still get a great standalone house for around $500,000 in Adelaide.
Yeah, I love Adelaide. I can certainly see the lifestyle appeal of being there. Let's have a look now at the property market and how it's all going. What were clearance rates like last weekend?
Clearance rates dipped slightly last weekend. It was a long weekend in some parts of the country, but Sydney still hit 73%, Adelaide 70%, Melbourne 66% and Brisbane 50%. So it's going to be very interesting today what happens. Looking at auction numbers today, we are definitely getting into that more winter slowdown. We've got 643 in Melbourne, 513 in Sydney and just 49 in Brisbane. But of course, school holidays are around the corner, so we are going to see these numbers drop quite considerably probably in the weeks to come. But it'll be interesting with interest rate, that rise we had, you know, early June, what's going to happen. Are vendors going to sort of be emboldened by the idea that interest rates might rise further and they have the confidence to sell now potentially before rates go up again?
Alice, I was trawling Domain last night on the plane, looking for something in my price range. The homes you're about to show us certainly weren't in my range. The most expensive home to sell this week was?
It was an amazing house in Toorak. This is actually the home of the late Ron Walker. Now, this home sold in the range of $55 to $60 million. We don't have that exact figure, has not come through as yet. This is the highest priced sale in Victoria this year. An incredible result, and it just goes to show the wealth and depth of that Melbourne property market to be attracting a price like that. Wasn't he? In this climate. He was Mr. Melbourne, that's exactly right. At the other end of the spectrum, we've got the most affordable property was in Cannon Vale, Queensland. This is in the Whitsunday area of Queensland, in a resort complex. 1 bedroom, 1 unit sold for $220,000.
Not too shabby. All right, show us some of the most amazing homes on the market.
Yeah, we'll start off in Melbourne today, and this is a property that we don't normally see in this price range. Normally we've got double figures, but this one's 1.4 to 1.5 million. It's actually the home by the founder of Kip & Co, you know, that beautiful lifestyle and furnishings. She's got this amazing house that's been really well renovated in St Kilda, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and I love it because I think it's a really good example of a smart renovation with money spent in the right ways on great interior design and architecture, and resulting in a really beautiful property that many buyers are wanting at the moment. Heading now over to Sydney, we're going back into that sort of multi-million dollar price bracket, $10.5 million. This incredible house in Randwick, 5 bedroom, 4 bath, opposite Centennial Park, this huge and voluminous sort of house with a pool, al fresco area, cabana, fire pit, and it's got these beautiful palm trees around it, set on 803 square metres of land. So really sizable parcel there. And finally, we're off to Claremont in Perth, in the beautiful western suburbs area of Perth, around $15 million. This incredible period home built in 1905, infinity pool, rooftop deck. It has absolutely everything, including a tennis court. So if you're one of those people who just love those houses with a view and a lifestyle that comes with it, and you want to go to Perth, I just think it's an incredibly special property.
Well, Alice, we've passed the hat around because we know it's your birthday, and we haven't got close to buying you that house. But happy birthday, Alice.
Happy birthday,
Thank you very
Alice.
much.
Hope you have a great
Jane.
day.
Thank you, Clint. Thanks, guys.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?